Now, we all know that Mississippi State is up to good things when it comes to their veterinary medicine, but did you know that extends to the sea too, and especially with sea turtles? Joining us today is Dr. John Thomason. He's an MSU professor and small animal internal medicine, which I think is a really, really cool job. So welcome, Dr. Thompson.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you for having me.
Well, number one, your job is cooler than mine. So small animal internal medicine, how did someone even find themselves in that specific niche within the veterinary world?
Yeah, that's a great question. When I first got into veterinary medicine, I had no idea the direction that it may take me. I think when most people think of veterinarians, they think of the clinic down the street that takes care of their puppies and kittens. And for those that work with horses and cows, same thing. They're available to take care of those routine health matters. But there are some specialists, and that's the direction I chose to go with my career, which was to specialize predominantly in dogs and cats with more advanced disorders that require specialization and procedures. And so, yeah, it was kind of a surprise to me just as much as other people as well. But, yeah, we do have that ability in veterinary medicine.
So pretty cool. Okay, so how did the turtle make it to MSU?
Yeah. So we, as the college, I think most of us recognize that the vet school in Starkville is where most of us spend our time. But we have veterinarians down on the coast. We have veterinarians around the state. And some of our veterinarians, as well as other members of our faculty and staff, they're down there on the coast. And these turtles were stranded and were caught on hook and line. And with radiographs identified that they had, or x-rays, identified that there was hooks in the esophagus and stomach. And they were a little bit further down than what could be taken out at the clinics down there on the coast. So they came up to Starkville so that we can try and remove those hooks out of their esophagus and the stomach.
And these weren't just any special turtles, although all turtles deserve to be saved. We don't want to say that. But these are considered rare. I think Kemp's Ridley or Riddle turtle. What kind of turtle are these?
Yes, and there were two turtles. One was a loggerhead, which was a bigger turtle, but the one that is one of the most endangered sea turtles out there, that was the Kemp's Ridley turtle. And the Kemp's, they love to be on the northern part of the Gulf Coast, so Mississippi, Alabama, sort of right in that area. It tends to be where they like to spend a lot of their time, and which then interacts with people like us that want to go enjoy that same area.
So was all the buzz around the clinic there in Starkville that y'all weren't going to see something with fur or feathers or livestock, that you were going to get a little taste of the sea?
Yeah, no, I think when these two turtles came up, it was certainly the hot topic of the day. They all wanted to take a glance of them because, you're right, we don't typically get these turtles all the way up here in Starkville. So, yeah, they were quite the celebrities that day.
So they also have quite the names.
They do.
Who gets to name the turtles?
Yeah, I don't know who actually named these two. They did come up with some pretty original names, though. But they were the stranding individuals and the individuals that work with them day in and day out. They get to name them in that regard. So they were named before they even got up here to Starkville.
So the one I think that you helped, or I guess both of them, one's name I know is Toast Malone, which most folks would get tickled at from Post Malone. The other guy, what was his name or her name?
Mud Pie.
Mud Pie. See, I love it. Okay, there has to be. It's like whoever got to name them. That was just a really fun day, and I'm sure it was a group effort for that. Which it sounds like it's a group effort from you guys in Starkville to Mississippi State there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast to take care of these animals far and wide. How long were they in your y'all's care there in Starkville?
Yeah, so both of these turtles, they had a long day. They came up early one morning. We did both of the procedures, and then they went home. That's not always the case. Sometimes they will stay overnight, but both of these procedures went pretty smoothly, and so they came up, had the procedure done, and they went home all on the same day.
And they're not going out or being released just yet, right? Like they're going to have a little bit more time there on the Gulf Coast to make sure they're fully rehabbed before back into Mother Nature?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were fish hooks all throughout their gastrointestinal tract, so we need to make sure that they have healed up. We want to make sure that they can hunt, make sure that they can eat on their own. We want to make sure that they are healthy enough to be released back. And we want to get them back into the wild as soon as possible. We also don't want to do it too early as well. And so, yeah, they're still here. And the last time I heard from the folks down there at the coast that they're both doing really well.
So how important is it for students on the Mississippi Gulf Coast there at the veterinary clinic there for State, as well as in Starkville, could get the opportunity to see, a lot of different types of animals, even if maybe they're leaning towards livestock or like you, leaning towards small animal, the kind that's more of our, fur babies at home, to sort of see this kind of procedures done?
Yeah, this has been an eye-opener for me as well. When I went to vet school, it was just going to be dogs and cats and horses and cows. But if you look at the profession as a whole, veterinarians are everywhere. There's veterinarians that will show up in a lot of different professions out there. And this is just one of them. No, we do not expect that every single veterinary student is going to graduate and become the world's best dolphin or turtle or a sea lion veterinarian. No, we don't expect that. But they need to be exposed to it as this is what you can do. Just as I did not think that I was going to be doing this when I went to vet school many years ago, it gives these student opportunities to realize that there is more to what they are taught. There's more to what they learn here in school that they can then apply going out, going forward. And who knows? Maybe some of the students that were involved with these turtles here will do something very similar. They may get into a line of work that they can help rehabilitate and treat some of these turtles as well.
Dr. Thomason, people who think veterinary, at least here in Mississippi, you automatically think Mississippi State. But I'll be honest, I knew that there was one on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, but sometimes I forget that you guys are there also. It's like when a story comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, and you drive past it there when you're on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you're reminded of it. Are they two very distinct? Like, is the one on the Gulf Coast very leaning towards those that are into marine biology or, those animals of the sea versus the more land animals in Starkville? Are y'all working? Obviously, you work together. This is a great case of that. But is it something students get the experience both, regardless of where they go to school?
Well, that's the nice thing and the neat thing about the university, which is it's just not in Starkville. The university itself has essentially branches all over the place. And yes, there is some collaboration amongst all of those facilities. Now, the veterinary school, because I can speak most specifically to that, to the vet school, yes, we're in Starkville. We have facilities, obviously, down the coast as well. But in Pearl, we have a veterinary clinic in Flowood. And so the veterinary school has all sorts of essentially satellite clinics around just Starkville. And yes, we do work collaboratively with those other facilities as well, and certainly other colleges and other parts of the university. So it's very much a team approach. And I know that I would be don't want to forget the other folks that were involved with the care of these turtles. Our radiology service has been very much involved with taking images, taking X-rays, helping us to decide where exactly that hook was. We have a lot of team members that are essentially involved with all these turtles.
You potentially got future students, Dr. Thomason, listening to Good Things in the Car Rider line today. So if they're interested in veterinary medicine, or maybe, their parents know that they have this interest, how do you encourage kids to at least learn more about the profession or get on the right track in terms of high school or into college if they feel like maybe that's a field they're called to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Veterinary medicine is a wonderful career. There's a lot of highs. Unfortunately, there are going to be some lows as well, but it is a wonderful profession. You get to help not only animals, but you help the owners, you help the producers, you help those that are just not the animals. There's always a person attached to an animal. And yes, you could certainly go with mentality, I think I'm just helping the animals. But no, everyone's attached to a human, and you're helping them as well. And so many times when people are scared about their animal, oh my gosh, what's wrong? Are they sick? What's going on? You get to help them essentially discover, okay, I can treat this. I can very easily make this pet better. And I think that's a wonderful aspect of the profession. It's hard. You have to like science. For those future veterinary students out there, if you like science, it's going to be a big part of veterinary medicine. But the rewards are absolutely there. You get to see the smile on the faces. You get to see animals that are sick that get better. And you really can make a difference, just not in the animal's life, but in everyone essentially associated with it.